we will be coming across the newer anti-epileptic drugs. Now, what's the difference between the newer anti-epileptic drugs and the older ones? Number one, they cause less sedation, drug interactions are less. So coming to the first drug, lamotrigine. Lamotrigine, basically they have got action like that of carbamazepine. Carbamazepine কি করে? Carbamazepine basically sodium channel inactivation state ke prolong করে, and it is useful and in fact the drug of choice in partial seizures, and is also effective definitely in trigeminal neuralgia. It has got carbamazepine like action, so prolongation of sodium channel inactivation and suppression of high frequency firing is one of the mechanism of action of lamotrigine. Again, it prevent release of excitatory neurotransmitter, mainly glutamate and aspartate. This may account for its broad spectrum anti-seizure activity. They are useful as an add-on therapy in cases of partial seizure and GTCS. They are effective as monotherapy as well, but generally they are used as an add-on therapy. Absence and myoclonic seizure and akinetic seizure cases can also be successfully treated with the drug. Reduction in seizure frequency or complete control is obtained as frequently as carbamazepine. Carbamazepine kintu myoclonic seizure akinetic epilepsy use kora jay na. This drug can be used because of broad spectrum anti-seizure activity. Now, well absorbed orally, metabolized completely in liver, plasma half-life 24 hours, reduced to 16 hours with phenytoin, carbamazepine or phenobarbital. On the contrary, valproate inhibits glucuronidation of lamotrigine and doubles its level. Side effect better tolerated than the conventional anti-epileptic like carbamazepine or phenytoin. Sleepiness, dizziness, diplopia, ataxia and vomiting are some of the minor side effects. Coming to the next newer anticonvulsant drug, gabapentin. As the name suggests, it enhances GABA release but does not act as an agonist on GABA A receptor unlike benzodiazepines. They have been found to modulate a subset of neuronal voltage sensitive calcium channels, thus causing decreased calcium entry into the presynaptic neuron and thus inhibit the GABA release, glutamate release, However, calcium channel modulation or GABA enhancing action is responsible for analgesic anticonvulsant effect. First line drug to reduce seizure frequency in refractory partial seizure. যে ড্রাগটা conventional anti-epileptic দিয়ে কাজ করছে না, in those cases this drug gabapentin can be used in partial seizure. Though gabapentin monotherapy as well found to be effective in simple partial seizure and complex partial seizure, it is utilized mainly as an add-on therapy. Considered to be the first line drug for neuralgic pain. These are other use other than anti-epileptic in the neuropathic pain like diabetic neuropathy, trigeminal neuralgia, post-herpetic neuralgia, drug of choice in trigeminal neuralgia is carbamazepine. Some prophylactic effect in migraine and is an alternative drug for phobic states. These are the use of gabapentin other than anti-epileptic. Well absorbed orally, excreted unchanged in urine, half-life 6 hours. No drug interaction and no changes in primary anti-epileptic drug is required when gabapentin is added. Side effects: mild sedation, tiredness, dizziness, unsteadiness. Next drug is pregabalin. Pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamic properties similar to that of gabapentin. Particularly used for neuropathic pain such as diabetic neuropathy, post-herpetic neuralgia, chronic regional pain syndrome and other types of chronic pain. Sedative effects are less compared to the gabapentin, but poor concentration, rashes and allergic reactions have been complained. Levetiracetam, clinical efficacy has been demonstrated both as an adjuvant medication as well as monotherapy in refractory partial seizure with or without generalization. Mechanism of action: it selectively binds to the synaptic vesicular protein SV2A and alter the release of glutamate and or GABA across the synapse. It also inhibits N type of calcium channel, thus regulating the calcium release intracellularly. Completely absorbed orally, partly absorbed, partly hydrolyzed, mainly excreted unchanged in urine, with a plasma half-life of 6 to 8 hours. Free of drug interaction as a newer anti-epileptic drug, as neither oxidized by cytochrome P enzyme nor inhibits or induces them. Side effects: sleepiness, dizziness, weakness, and rarely behavioral changes. Increasingly used in partial seizure with or without generalization. It can be used in myoclonic epilepsy, mainly as an add-on drug because of good tolerability. For GTCS and absence seizure, it is a second-line adjunctive drug. Not approved for use in children below 4 years. Coming to topiramate, it's a carbonic anhydrase weak inhibitor. Appears to act by multiple mechanisms. Number one, prolongation of sodium channel inactivation and GABA potentiation by a postsynaptic effect, antagonism of glutamate receptors, and neuronal hyperpolarization through potassium channels. Used as a monotherapy as well as adjunctive therapy, add-on therapy in refractory simple partial seizure, complex partial seizure, and GTCS. They can also be used in myoclonic epilepsy as well as in absence seizure. Readily absorbed orally, mainly excreted unchanged in urine, average half-life 24 hours. Adverse effect: impairment of attention, sedation, ataxia, word finding difficulties, poor memory, weight loss, paresthesia, and renal stone. Prophylaxis of migraine. Topiramate, one of the non-anti-epileptic use, may be used when beta blockers and other prophylactics are contraindicated or not tolerable. Zonisamide is again a weak carbonic anhydrase inhibitory action, prolongation of sodium channel. It suppresses T type of calcium current in certain neurons, so also effective in absence seizure. Well absorbed orally, mainly excreted in urine, half-life more than 60 hours. Monotherapy as well as add-on therapy in refractory partial seizure as well as has been tried in absence seizure. Adverse effects: somnolence, dizziness, headache, irritability, and anorexia. Metabolic acidosis and renal stone can occur. Should be avoided in patients sensitive to sulfonamides, and no drug interaction has been noted. Lacosamide is again a newer anti-epileptic drug used as an add-on therapy in partial seizure. They act by enhancing sodium channel inactivation prolongation and metabolized by CYP2C19 excreted in urine. No alteration in the dose of the companion anti-epileptic drug is needed. Tiagabine, it potentiates GABA action by basically potentiating GABA mediated neuronal inhibition by blocking GABA transporter GAT1. Now currently it is approved for add-on therapy of partial seizure with or without secondary generalization. Vigabatrin is a GABA vinyl GABA, as the name suggests, is the inhibitor of GABA transaminase, increases the GABA level. Anti-conversion action may be due to increase in synaptic GABA concentration. Used as for refractory epilepsy, especially complex partial seizure, and in infantile spasm. Approved only for adjuvant medication. Visual field defect, basically alteration of color vision, paresthesia, production of behavioral changes, has restricted use. Now coming to the treatment of epilepsy. Now this is about the newer anti-epileptic drug. Now a patient of epilepsy, how to treat. Anti-epileptic drugs, they suppresses the seizure, they do not cure it. What the target basically to suppress seizure, basically to control and totally prevent all seizure activity at acceptable level of side effects. This should be the target. Achha, though the disease may fade out after years of successful control, in many a case, if you give anti-epileptic drug control the seizure, with time the seizure activity fades away. Now with the currently available drug, these target can be achieved in 50% of the patient. About 20 to 30% attain partial control and the rest remain refractory. The cause of epilepsy should be searched and if treatable should be cured. Now, general principle, the choice of drug and the dose depend on the seizure type and need of the individual patient. Whether the seizure is partial seizure, absent seizure, myoclonic seizure, accordingly the type of drug should be chosen and the need of the individual patient. There is a trend to prefer newer anti-epileptic drug. Why? Because of lesser side effect, less sedating action and insignificant drug interaction. However, newer anti-epileptic drugs সম্বন্ধে আমাদের knowledge কম আছে and we are more knowledgeable about the older anti-epileptic drugs. Initiate treatment early as each seizure activity they potentiate the other seizure activity. So the treatment should be started early. Start with a single dose with a lowest possible dose and gradually the dose is built up to control all seizure activity. Okay, if full control is not obtained at maximum tolerated dose of one drug, then we can substitute the drug with another drug with different mechanism of action preferably. Okay, for changing one anti-epileptic drug to another, the first drug dose should be gradually tapered and the second drug which is being substituted, the dose is gradually escalated to attain the maximum benefit. For changing one anti-epileptic drug to another, dose of first drug should be gradually reduced and that of second drug gradually increased till the second drug regimen is fully established. Use combinations when all monotherapy reasonably fails. Now, combining drugs with different mechanism of action such as those which prolong sodium channel inactivation with those of facilitating GABA appears more appropriate. Though we should combine two anti-epileptic drugs with different mechanism of action. Pharmacokinetic interactions among anticonvulsants are common. Dose adjustment guided by therapeutic drug monitoring. So therapeutic drug monitoring indication, one of the indication is anti-epileptic drug like phenytoin, carbamazepine, valproate. So pharmacokinetic interactions among anticonvulsants are common. Dose adjustment guided by therapeutic drug monitoring is warranted. When therapy with two drug fails, then what happens? Addition of third drug will give no benefit unless the patient suffers from more than one seizure types. He is suffering from partial seizure, he is again suffering from the myoclonic seizure. A single tonic-clonic seizure in a subject with no precipitating factor for development of epilepsy may not merit initiation of anti-epileptic therapy. একটা পেশেন্ট তার প্রথম অ্যান্টি-এপিলেপটিক জীবনে হয়েছে, প্রথমটা দেখা গেছে, generally we avoid use of anti-epileptic in most of them. If the second episode occurs, then we start the anti-epileptic drug. Now duration, a therapeutic regimen should be as simple as possible. A separate diary should be maintained. All drug withdrawal should be gradual in anti-epileptic drug. Why? Because sudden withdrawal can precipitate status epilepticus. That itself is an emergency condition. We will come to that. So all drug withdrawal should be gradual except in case of toxicity. Abrupt withdrawal can precipitate status epilepticus. How much duration the therapy should be done? Prolonged therapy, preferably lifelong or at least 3 years after the stoppage of seizure activity. The stoppage of therapy may be attempted in selected case. Features favorable for withdrawal, যেখানে anti-epileptic drug বন্ধ করতে পারি, কিছু কিছু favorable factors রয়েছে like childhood epilepsy, absence of family history, primary generalized tonic-clonic seizure, recent onset at start of treatment, absence of any cerebral disorder. Even with these features, a recurrence rate of 12 to 40% has been noted. Drug regulation may be facilitated by monitoring of steady state plasma drug levels. Why? Because it varies within individual event. Monitoring is useful because therapeutic range of concentration has been defined for many drugs. Number one, we know it. Marked individual variation in the plasma concentration obtained with the same daily dose. And compliance among the epileptic patient is often poor. Why intra-individual variation is there? Because of a lot of drug interactions. When a woman on anti-epileptic therapy conceive, what happens? A woman has conceived, she was on anti-epileptic drug. Then what happens? The drug should be withdrawn? No. Why? Although each of the anti-epileptic drug has got teratogenic effect, but stoppage of drug can precipitate status epilepticus, that is even more damaging to the fetus. So what should we do? We should cautiously decrease the dose to the maximum tolerated dose. Okay. So fits occurring during pregnancy themselves increase birth defect and may cause mental retardation in offspring. An attempt to reduce the dose of drugs should be cautiously made. It may be advisable to substitute valproate with other drug. যদি পেশেন্টটা ভ্যালপ্রোয়েটে থাকে, then we should substitute with another drug as discussed earlier. How to substitute? Prophylactic folic acid supplementation in second or third trimester, to prevent neural tube defects, and vitamin K supplementation in last month of pregnancy to prevent bleeding disorder in neonates. A seizure episode does not warrant start of anti-epileptic drugs. The more important is during the seizure episode is to control airway breathing circulation. That is more important. So to avoid trauma and brain damage. So during DTCA, the first priority is given to prevent injury due to fall or biting. The patient should be put in prone or lateral position. The head should be turned and patency of airway ensured. Attack usually passes off in 2 to 3 minutes, but patient may not be roadworthy for a couple of hours. These are some of the drugs which can be used in partial seizure, GTCS, absence seizure, myoclonic, atonic, febrile conversion. Now coming to febrile conversion. What do we mean by febrile conversion? Anyone? Febrile conversion means it is commonly seen in children below 5 years. With the onset of fever, patient develop seizure. That is called febrile conversion. Okay. So some children, especially under 5 years, develop convulsion during fever. Seizures may recur every time with fever, and few may develop chronic epilepsies. Now, every attempt should be made to aggressively treat fever with paracetamol and cold sponging. Best treatment is to control the seizure is per rectal diazepam. So drug of choice in febrile conversion is per rectal route of diazepam at the dose of 0.5 milligram per kg given at onset of conversion. The IV preparation can be used when per rectal preparation is not available. In recurrent cases or those at particular risk of developing chronic epilepsies, intermittent prophylaxis with diazepam or clobazam started at the onset of fever is recommended. Infantile spasm, therapy of this condition is unsatisfactory. No anti-epileptic drug is found to be beneficial. Corticosteroids afford symptomatic relief, but long-term use is basically full of side effects. Clonazepam, valproate and vigabatrin has been found to be some usefulness in the infantile spasm. And coming to status epilepticus. Status epilepticus is basically a medical emergency. How we define status epilepticus? Either the epilepsy episode is continued for more than 30 minutes, or in between two seizure episodes there is loss of consciousness. Patient has not regained consciousness. So we define seizure activity like that, status epilepticus like that. Recurrent GTCS without recovery of consciousness is in between is a medical emergency. Fits have to be controlled to prevent death and permanent brain damage. The first priority is ABC, to maintain airway, correct hypoglycemia if any. General measures including maintenance of airway, oxygenation, fluid and electrolyte balance, blood pressure, normal cardiac rhythm, euglycemia and care of unconsciousness. These are the general care. Drug of choice? Drug of choice in status epilepticus? লোরাজেপাম, why not diazepam? এটা পড়েছি আমরা লাস্ট ক্লাসে। why not diazepam? দুটো কারণ রয়েছে। একটা রয়েছে lorazepam is effective for around 6 hours while diazepam is effective only for 20 minutes. The effect fades away quickly. And number two, diazepam is more damaging to the vein. These are the two reasons. So lorazepam injected IV is the first choice drug now at the rate of 0.1 milligram per kg body weight. It is effective in 75 to 90% of the cases and produces a more sustained anti-convulsant effect, 6 to 12 hours. Diazepam injected intravenously was the standard therapy till recently. However, its anti-epileptic effect starts fading after 20 minutes and the many supplemental doses may be required. It is also more damaging to the injected vein. Now, second drug, fosphenytoin. Fosphenytoin under continuous ECG monitoring is needed. We should be given subsequently, irrespective of response to the lorazepam. Lorazepam দিয়ে কাজ হয়েছে কিনা, কিন্তু that drug should be given. Why? So that this may suppress seizure that have not been responded to lorazepam, number one, and that pave the way for long-term treatment. Phenytoin sodium should be used only when fosphenytoin is not available. Now, phenobarbital can be used as an alternative to fosphenytoin or when latter is ineffective. Generally not used nowadays because of side effects. It is also employed to maintain seizure-free state over short term before definitive oral therapy is started. And when refractory cases, when the status epilepticus is not controlled, even with lorazepam, even with fosphenytoin or phenobarbital, within 40 minutes of seizure onset, those cases may be treated with thiopental sodium, midazolam, propofol, with or without curarization and full intensive care. Now, these are some of the MCQs. Which of the following statement about anti-epileptic is false? Phenytoin and carbamazepine act by prolonging inactivated state of sodium channels. Carbamazepine can be used in trigeminal neuralgias. Diazepam is an anticonvulsant drug. Lamotrigine mainly acts by GABA mediated chloride channel opening. কোনটা হবে? Sorry? Fourth হবে. Phenytoin, carbamazepine sodium channel inactivation prolong করে. Carbamazepine is a drug of choice in trigeminal neuralgia. Diazepam can be used as an anticonvulsant therapy in status epilepticus. Lamotrigine টা ভুল আছে. Granulocytopenia, gingival hyperplasia and facial hirsutism are all side effects of one of the following anticonvulsant drug. কোনটা হবে? Phenytoin. Yes. It's the most common complication is gingival hyperplasia, seen in young individual and treated by good oral hygiene. A patient on phenytoin therapy develops depression, for which he was prescribed tricyclic antidepressant. He now complains of lassitude and his hemoglobin reading is 8 mg%. The next step in the management of this patient is কি হবে? Phenytoin কি করে? Megaloblastic anemia. So কি হবে? MCV will increased. So MCV should be estimated. False about mechanism of action of anticonvulsant is কোনটা হবে? Ethosuximide potassium channel opener, phenytoin sodium channel blocker, diazepam facilitate GABA action. Number one, right? Ethosuximide acts by inhibition of T-type calcium current, right? And is used in absence seizure. Drug of choice for absence seizure কি হবে? কে বলবে? ইথোসাক্সিমাইড। আর কিছু? কোন কোন ড্রাগ ইউজ করা যেতে পারে অ্যাবসেন্স সিজারে? The drug that can be used in absence seizure are valproate, ethosuximide, clonazepam. So basically the drug of choice is valproate. Although ethosuximide can be used, the drug of choice in absence seizure is sodium valproate. Drug of choice in complex partial seizure কি হবে? হ্যাঁ, সরি, নাম্বার 1 কি আছে? ফেনিটয়েন। আর কেউ স্পেসিফিক্যালি মেনশন করেছে কমপ্লেক্স পার্শিয়াল সিজার। হ্যাঁ, carbamazepine is a drug of choice in complex partial seizure. Which of the following drug is used in status epilepticus? কোনটা হবে? lorazepam, right. All of the following adverse effects are associated with carbamazepine except কোনটা হবে? হ্যাঁ, কি হবে? Carbamazepine is the most common toxicity is neurotoxicity. It can cause teratogenicity. It can cause hypersensitivity reaction like rashes, fever. It does not cause decrease in ADS, it increases the ADS so that there is water retention and hyponatremia. A patient trauma was diagnosed to have febrile convulsion in the pediatric emergency. Which of the following can be used for the treatment of this patient? Febrile convulsion. So rectal diazepam, right. The drug of choice is rectal diazepam. In absence of rectal, basically rectal diazepam unavailability, intravenous diazepam can be used. Raju, a 10-year-old boy, is having difficulty in learning at school. He has short lapses of awareness with eyelid fluttering that occur every 5 to 10 minutes. EEG study reveals brief 3-hertz spike and wave discharges appearing synchronously in all the leads. So, কি হতে পারে এটা? Absence seizure, right? Which of the following drugs would be effective but has a disadvantage that it causes sedation and tolerance? কি হবে? Sorry? Valproate. Does valproate causes tolerance? No. So, it should be clonazepam. Okay? Clonazepam is one of the drug, benzodiazepine, that is useful in absence seizure. Problem is sedation and tolerance. Diazepam, ethosuximide can be used in absence seizure. Valproic acid is a drug of choice.